Good morning, Raptor freaks. Lexiot's here. It is Tuesday morning, and that means Classic Jurassic Tuesday Trivia. And today is the 46th birthday of Shawn Marion. So Shawn Marion will be our Classic Jurassic Tuesday Trivia subject for today. 17 questions on him, and you can get 50 points for answering each question. Don't half-ass me. Write full names if there are full name answers and stuff like that. All right, let me read a couple of comments. I'm going to stop at Trevor J's comment before we start the trivia, and we'll do a couple things first since you guys are here. We got Monique first. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good morning to you, superfan Monique Lawrence. She really loves the TikTok that Grady, Scotty, and IQ did yesterday. I said a few weeks ago that Darko in his press conference said we're going to take 3 weeks off. Well, 3 weeks off was May the 6th. Yesterday was May the 6th. And apparently that was the time for everybody to come back from Cancun and other places they went to, Jamaica, Wichita, Miami, wherever they went, and come back and start working again with Darko and the coaches. This is a really good sign for a couple of different reasons. First of all, Scotty used to do TikTok and when he was at FSU, but he didn't want to do it in the NBA. Grady, obviously, very much a TikTok guy. He's done TikTok like crazy at Kansas, and he still likes to do TikTok. Well, he didn't really do a lot of TikToks in his rookie year as a Raptor, but one came out yesterday on Grady's TikTok, and it is phenomenal. Some people are being like, these guys aren't serious. What is this? Whatever. No, listen, this is a good thing. This shows team unity. This shows team commitment. This shows that these guys are having fun. These shows that these guys enjoy each other's company. It's a very good thing. It shows that IQ is committed to Toronto, even though, he doesn't have to be back in Toronto yesterday, in Toronto at OVO Center, working out with those guys doing TikTok with Grady and Scotty. He could be anywhere right now. People got to realize that. It's his free choice, his free will to be here in Toronto working with these guys. And why would he do that if he wasn't going to sign with us? That's another thing. So why am I ecstatic about this TikTok? It's not just because they're showing some cool moves and showing some fun stuff, the Raptors buddies. No, it's because IQ's in it, and he's going to be a Raptor next year. That's part of it right there. And then the commitment, it shows. Like some ways when they were talking about when they come back to work, they might be in Miami. It might be in BC to go see Kelly, is what Darko said. Well, no, they're in Toronto. They came back to Toronto to do it here in Toronto. And that's special, and that means something. So I'm really, really happy to see the commitment of our young Raptors, Scotty, Grady, and IQ. And that TikTok, some people will say that's facetious. That's silly. That's kid stuff. No. You guys got to understand. The new generation expresses connection in different ways than the old generation. Some people may think this is stupid. It's not. This is really, really good. Trust me. All right, guys, no more comments. I want the cutoff. I'm telling y'all, don't comment anymore after a Fiercely Says Hi, Amit, because we're going to do the trivia soon. I don't want to go through a lot of comments, y'all. So please, no more comments. Amit, good to see you here for the trivia today. All right, next question is from James. Can we take a look at Carlton Carrington? He is a 6'5" point guard. Yes, I'll do this. And guys, seriously, don't add to my comments right now. We're going to start trivia, and I don't want any more comments. Seriously. I'll do the scout because James asked for it before we even started. But in some ways, I want to get right into trivia on Tuesdays. I don't want to do a lot of extra stuff in the beginning because y'all are going to go and look up all the answers if I give y'all too much time. So we'll do the scout real quick. Carlton Carrington is from Pitt. He played at Pitt where Justin Champagny played. Let's go look at his Wikipedia. He's 18 years old. He's very young. Baltimore, Maryland, 6'5" point guard. He is a cousin of Rudy Gay. So right there, I'm going to give him a strike. He's a second cousin of Rudy Gay. F this guy. I'll say that right now. This is the wrong week to ask for Carlton. This is a wrong week to ask for this one. He's a second cousin to Rudy Gay. Yeah, screw this guy. All right, let's see what else I'm not really that interested in the point guard position in the draft. I'm way more interested in bigs and long wingspan. And the point guard, I'd rather get an experienced point guard in the NBA that has already got some years under them because in some ways that position is so important. It's so important. You need to have NBA experience. You need to know your matchups. We can't have another Malachi Flynn project like this bullshit that just happened recently. So first of all, I'm going to tell you, James, I'm not real big on scouting point guards for this draft. So just so you know. All right, let's find a short clip of him. Bub is his nickname, apparently. Bub. All right, let's see. This is a minute and a half clip. All right, yeah, he's wearing that Pitt Panthers yellow. He's got some big foofy hair. Let's see his. All right, he's a long point guard. All right, that's a nice lob. That would not ever go down in the NBA. Defenses aren't that bad. Let's see. He's got a really interesting dribble, a quick dribble. He's kind of loose with the ball. His handle's a little loose. Let's see. All right, there's a nice little move. He's got some dribble handles. He's got some little moves that he can kind of get his defender off of him. I'm telling you right now, James, though, I'm really not interested in getting a point guard in this draft in any kind of way. I'd much rather sign a free agent point guard that's like 3 or 4 years in, or even a veteran like Corey Joseph, than just waste time on another point guard project. IQ and Scotty are our point guard projects right now. And we'd be better off getting another Dennis Schroeder or a Corey Joseph to be our backup point guard this year. So, yeah, I mean, he's got nice handles. He's got some nice length for his height, but I really am not interested. When I saw he's second cousin of Rudy Gay, I'm like, yeah, screw this guy. Screw this guy. Yeah, I'm not big on Pitt players either. Justin Champagny, whatever. Yeah, it's cool. He seems all right. Like, he's got poofy hair. He reminds me of Anthony Black is who he reminds me of, James. But thanks for bringing the scout. I'm not big on point guards right now. I really am not. I want to get another center. Either that or I want to get somebody who has some long arms like Jonathan Mogbo. Yeah. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Tuesday. Good morning to you, Fiercely Saw Sarah. And Monique saying, what did you think of the highlights of the Pacers and Knicks? I didn't watch the highlights, but I saw the score that the Knicks won the first game against the Pacers in game 1. And also the Timberwolves win in game number 2 in a rout over the Nuggets. That's a big deal because the Nuggets look like they're going to get put out, and there's going to be a totally new champion this year. In some ways, Charles Barkley saying that the Nuggets have no answer for the Timberwolves, that they've got all the answers. In fact, Gobert didn't even play last night. He had the birth of his child, his first child yesterday, so he wasn't at the game, and the Timberwolves still routed them. Yeah, they're in big trouble. And Jamal Murray, he couldn't do nothing last night. They stopped him, and he threw a heating pad on the court, and some people worry about him getting suspended for the next game. That's not going to happen. He's not going to get suspended. If he does, that'll be crazy because that won't help like ratings. That's stupid. You want the games to be better. I don't think they'll do that. That Mark Davis didn't even see the heating pad go on the court until it was too late, so he didn't even get in trouble for it. So I don't know anything's going to happen with that. Cowboys here. Good to see Cowboy. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. It's so nice to see OG and Pascal play against each other. Yeah, good job by the Knicks. The Pacers were winning for most of the game, but the Knicks prevailed in the end. Yeah, it's such a rivalry. It's such a rivalry. All right, let's get right to the trivia. You know what? In some ways, I'm just going to stop soon with this. Trevor J is saying, good morning, Raptors family, Lex. You are convinced that Minnesota could sweep the Nuggets now? I guess so. I guess now. I was like, yeah, they got the first one, but I was pretty sure Michael Malone and the Nuggets would make an adjustment and even the series last night, but that didn't happen. So now they're going to Minnesota for 2 games. Yeah, a sweep looks like it's very possible, Trevor. Amit saying, yo, just got back from school. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Good to see you, Amit Gaming. Always good to see you. Saw Amit in Terrence Ross's Twitch yesterday once again. Terrence Ross on Twitch yesterday, again on Monday. He says he's going to Twitch every day of the week except for Wednesday. He's going Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 a.m. to 2:30. Terrence Ross is going to be on Twitch playing video games. So if you want to find him, you can come there and talk to him. Most saying, hey, Lex, what did you mean by May the 6th is good? I get it now. May the 6th is the date that Darko said the guys would be back to practice. And that's why they're back yesterday. And that's what the coach said. And I'm just going by what the coach said. He said 3 weeks ago, I looked at the calendar. We said, in 3 weeks, we will be back to start working. They're getting 3 weeks off vacation. Coach Rajakovic. And, well, 3 weeks was yesterday. And, well, look who showed up back in Toronto in the TikTok. That's why I'm very happy about this, Mo, is because coach said he wants 3 weeks off for the guys, and they took 3 weeks off, and they came right back. So there you go. There are people still playing the playoffs. These guys are starting to get ready for next year already. And that's that early work. Trevor's saying, I'm taking off tomorrow for Japan. 1 week to work. All right. Well, you go, Trevor. You go to Japan, the land of the rising sun. You go on then. Hi, Amit. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Good morning to you, Cool Cat. We want tall, athletic forwards and center. That's exactly right. And most saying, hey, Lex, I'm starting to look at draft picks, etc. Yeah, well, that's what we've been doing. They bring me the names. I try to look at them, and I give them my opinion. Yeah, that point guard's nice handles, good length. But in some ways, I don't want to wait for a youngster to learn the NBA game. I want people that are bona fide already in the league that know what they're doing to be our backup point guard. And we can do that in free agency this summer. And it doesn't even have to be that great a player. It could be just a backup veteran. Like I said, Corey Joseph. Perfect. Go get Corey Joseph, Masai. Seriously, if he's not retiring this summer, go get him and put him with Kelly Olynyk and RJ Barrett and draft Zach Edey while you're at it too. So we can just get a huge Team Canada contingency on this team. That's right. Y'all stop with the comments. I'm going to do the trivia very soon. Randolph is the absolute last comment until I start the trivia, y'all. I've been trying to say that to you guys. I know y'all are coming in. New people are just coming in. Cool Cat saying NBA wants Knicks to win the series. The refs made it too obvious. Laugh out loud. Pascal and OG had a great performance. One person OG can't shut down is Pascal's teammate. I was trying to keep track of the box score, but I am so busy right now. I have no time to do anything. So I can't even check like the regular stuff that I normally do. I was just keeping track of the score. I kind of saw that neither one of them were scoring in the first half. But then later on, things picked up. But maybe I'll go look at this box score after the trivia real quick. Randolph saying, good morning, beloved Raptor Freaks, most informative gang. Let's appreciate the hand we are dealt in life today and make the best of it. There you go. There you go, Randolph. I love it. That's a great blessing and wish. And no problem, David. You didn't know. You just got here. All right, let's do it. Classic Jurassic Tuesday Trivia. Shawn Marion turning 46 today, so we're going to honor him with some classic Jurassic Trivia. 50 points to each answer that gets gone. And so, yeah, who's in the chat? Let's see what happens. We know the first question. What is Shawn Marion's middle name, guys? What is Shawn Marion's middle name? Spelling counts, guys. Yeah, spelling counts. What is Shawn Marion's middle name? Dwayne is right. David's on it today. We see David's just before Fiercey and Amit's second. Now, Amit's third. It's David, Fiercey, and then Amit. So David Saborin getting the first points off the board. It is Dwayne the Rock Marion. All right. Next question has multiple answers. Be ready to get any of them. What numbers did Shawn Marion wear while he played in the NBA? What are the 3 numbers that he wore while he was playing in the NBA? Yeah, David's laughing at. Amit wants 31. There you go. You got 31, my guy. Let's see. 7. Okay, Amit. Amit's being greedy today. He's going for them all. He's going to get 0 also. So Amit got all 3. His numbers were 31, 7, and 0. Of course, Shawn Marion wore 31 for the Raptors. Do you guys know why Shawn Marion wore the number 31? That's the next question. Can somebody tell me why did Shawn Marion choose the number 31? Does anybody know the answer to that one? There you go. Let's see. Yeah, you didn't even know. You knew those numbers? You didn't even look it up? You just knew the numbers that he had? You're a big Shawn Marion fan, huh, Amit? Yeah. His dad died at the age of 31. That's not a very good guess. Why would he commemorate that? That's not a very good guess, David. Yeah, you're good with newer numbers. Okay, so you know your Shawn Marion numbers. So why did he wear 31, Amit? Yeah, it seems reasonable. That doesn't seem reasonable, David. That is not something that you'd want to remember over and over again. Come on now. This is funny. 13 was taken? No. He got drafted when he was 31? No, he wasn't that old. I know the numbers, not the reasoning. Well, this is part of the fun of the Tuesday trivia. Why did he wear 31, guys? You guys want to know? All right, let me ask the next question. We'll circle back to this one. Okay? Next question. What city and state was Shawn Marion born in? What city and state was he born in? This will help us inform the next one. Clarksville, Tennessee. That's a great guess, but it's wrong. That's just so out there. I love it, David. You're just throwing darts at the dartboard. Clarksville, Tennessee. That's where he went to high school, I believe. Tom Duke is saying he loved Reggie Miller was the answer. Yeah, Tom, you jump back in there and you answer the other question. That's exactly right for the other answer. Reggie Miller's number was 31, and his favorite player was Reggie Miller. So Tom Duke's getting question number 3 and out of order. And let's see. All right, who said that? That's wrong. Fiercey Waukegan. Waukegan, Illinois is the right one. I want to give it to both Fiercey and David because David technically got it right first, but Fiercey's right there too. So I'm going to give it to both you guys. Of course, that is in the region of the Indiana Pacers. And that is why Shawn Marion grew up a Reggie Miller Indiana Pacers fan, and that's why he wore 31. It's because that's Reggie's number, 31. And he grew up in Waukegan, Illinois, and that is Pacers country. So that's kind of a weird thing. Did you guys know that Shawn Marion was a Pacers fan when he was a kid? He's also a big Cubs fan, apparently. Big Chicago Cubs fan. There you go, Tommy, getting in there saying he knew that Reggie Miller was his favorite player. There you go. All right, guys, this is the hunt. Let's see how you tackle this scavenger hunt, this virtual online scavenger hunt. What major music artist from Toronto can be seen in a picture with Shawn Marion on his Instagram? Now, you can go about this two ways. You could rush to his Instagram and try and find the picture, or you could start guessing. Rihanna? She's from Toronto, David? That doesn't help me. No, it's not Rihanna. No. The Weeknd is right. Fiercey got it. That's right. There's a picture of him with The Weeknd on his Instagram. I don't know if you went all the way to Instagram or you just wrote that in. You know, you could have just wrote Drake or The Weeknd, and you probably get it right. Those are probably the best two answers for this question. Well, Fiercey got the right one. It was The Weeknd. And you got to take the last E out. It's no E at the end. It's Weeknd. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. Isn't it Tuesday? No, you know the guy Abel from Scarborough. That's who we're talking about. That guy. All right, next question. Yeah, you wrote. Yeah, it's probably spell correct. Spell correct will make you write it correctly. The Weeknd. Yeah. All right, next question, guys. And you got to think a little bit on this one. Yeah, that's it. Weekend. With no, I don't know why he spells it that way. There's no E on the end of the weekend. It's weird. All right, next question, guys. Think very carefully and think about my question so you answer it correctly. And full name, please. What Toronto actor stars in the movie that is the same name as the Shawn Marion's nickname? Who is the Toronto actor that stars in the movie that has the same name as Shawn Marion's nickname? Yeah, you got to know his nickname, first of all. And then, boom, you got to know who starred in that movie. So there's two parts to this. There you go. Fiercey's on it. That's right. Toronto actor Keanu Reeves starred in The Matrix. And that is Shawn Marion's nickname. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. That's right. Fiercey saw Sarah. Boom, goes the dynamite. Well, Carrie-Ann Moss, right? Boom, boom. Just name them all. Name them all. Lawrence Fishburne. Boom. All right, here we go. What year and team did Shawn Marion win the Larry O'Brien with? What year and what team was he on when he won his championship? His only championship he won in his NBA career. What team was he on and what year was it that he won a championship? There you go. Amit's got the team. That's half of it. And there's the other half of it. Fiercey got it. So we're going to give 25 points to each of y'all because it's 50-point answer. So Amit, you're getting half, and Fiercey, you're getting half. So 25 each. Yeah. How's it going out there? You all right? You're no problems, right? Sorry, just checking in with some work going on here. There we go. All right, question number 8. How many games did Shawn Marion actually play for the Raptors, guys? How many games did he actually play for us? How many games did he actually play for us? 27 is right. David got it. He only played 27 games. He got traded to us halfway through the season, and then we signed and traded him and ended up getting Hito Turkoglu for him. It was a really I wish we had kept Marion. But I think at that time, he was one of those guys that said, yeah, I'm not going to re-sign with you guys. I'll come here because of the trade. But this summer, don't try and re-sign me. Sign me and trade me somewhere else and get something for me because I really don't want to play in Toronto. I feel like he's one of those guys from what I remember, Shawn Marion. But he did play for 27 games at least. Yeah, that's it. That was a straight guess. David, seriously? That was a straight-up guess that you got 27? Seriously? That's amazing. I don't know how you did that. You're psychic or something, David? How did you do that, man? Seriously. Holy crap. All right, well, here, let's see how good you are, David. Here's the next question. How many points did Shawn Marion score in a Raptors uniform? How many points did he score in those 27 games? Yeah, I'll do the high-low, guys, so you guys guess. Don't go look it up. Let's play a fun game of high-low, guys. How many points do you think he scored in a Raptors jersey? Just in the 27 games while he was a Raptor. How many points did he score, David? 27 games. 113 is too low. 123 is too low. 375 is too low. 78 is too low. All the numbers are too low so far. 122 too low. 157 too low. Too low. How low? 380 is too low. 223 is too low. 428 is too high. 500 is too high. 438 is too high. 660 is too high. 420 is too high. 401 is too high. 390 is too high. 397 is too high. 413 is too high. 390 is too high. 385 is too low. 387 is too high. 386 is the number. Ahmet got it. He scored 386 points in 27 games for the Raptors. 386 points. Ahmet the GOAT, first one getting 386. Yeah, I see you, David. I see you, Fiercey. I see you guys getting it. That's fun. I like doing the high-low. When we do these number ones, yeah, don't look them up. Just let us do the high-low until we get them. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. So, Ahmet, you got that one. All right, guys. Shawn Marion was on Team USA and competed in the Olympics. Which location and year was he in the Olympics? Which location and year was he in the Olympics? Yeah, he was on Team USA one year. What year was it, and what location was that Olympics? Yeah, Brisbane's wrong. Don't half-ass me, Kareem. Don't half-ass me there. You're half-assing me. Fiercey, you got the year wrong. Atlanta is not right. Atlanta, no. 2004 is right, but where is the location? And Kareem's half-assing me. Athens. There you go. I'm going to give it to Fiercey. 2004, Athens, Greece. Athens is the location. Greece is right, Kareem, but that's half-assing. That's half-assing, full ass. But Fiercey got the two parts in the right way. There you go. Fiercey Salsera, Athens 2004. Now, here's a great question for this one, and this is for our old friend MSJ, who's long gone. I kind of miss Chris, honestly. What place did the Team USA finish in that Olympics? How did they do in that Olympics? Where did they finish? What place did Team USA finish in 2004? Fourth is wrong. Third is right. Ahmet's right. They got the bronze, guys. They got the bronze. Yeah. Team USA doesn't win every single time. People are always thinking, oh, they're going to win every single time, just like this summer. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I still got the field. That's right. It is third. Bronze. They got bronze at Athens. There you go. Good job, guys. All right. The next question is, what was Shawn Marion's game high for points for the Raptors? What's the most points he scored in any of those 27 games for the Raptors? How many points did he score in one of those games? The most in one of those games. How many did he score? Yeah, this is an interesting question. 20 is too low. Too low, Bryce. Good to see you, Bryce, holding it down in Kentucky. 34 is right. Fiercey got it. Now, the interesting thing about the 34 that he scored, his career high is 44 with the Phoenix Suns. But 34 is one of the highest scores he's ever scored in his career. In fact, he played 8 seasons on Dallas, Miami, and Cleveland, and he didn't score higher than that in a half season in Toronto. So his career, his game high for Miami, Dallas, and Cleveland is all lower than his half season career high for 34 points with the Raptors. So that's kind of cool. At least we know he wasn't here slumming it and not trying. Yeah, no, he came in and gave a good effort. In fact, that 34 points he scored was the last game he played as a Raptor, the last day of the season. And they won that game too. So, yeah, good job, Shawn Marion, and good job, Fiercey Salsera. All right, next question. In March 2023, Shawn retweeted an ESPN post on which Toronto Raptor? There's you guys got to go to his Twitter for this one. In March of 2023, he retweeted an ESPN post on what Raptor? Yeah, there you go. This is scavenger hunt. Who can tell me what Raptor he reposted something on? Scotty Barnes is wrong. It's wrong. Delano Banton is wrong. Scotty Barnes is wrong. Chris Boucher is wrong. I know you guys are just going to name Raptors. This is March of 2023. Gary Trent is half-assing me, Bryce. Jakob Pertl. What is that? Jakob Pelt? What is that? Pascal? No. OPJ? Otto Porter Jr.? No. You even half-assed that by doing initials. It's not Pascal. It's not Pertl. It's not JYD. It's not Gary Trent Jr. It's going to be so obscure. You guys maybe need to look at it, or you need to think about what would be going on in March of 2023. Fred VanVleet is not right. Malachi Flynn is not right. No. Juancho? No, it's not Bo Cruz. It's not Bo Cruz. This is fun. This one may be a little bit tougher for you guys. Which one is it? Hernan Gomez. No, it's not. She half-assed it, but it's not right. It's not Precious half-ass. Marquise Noel is right. Ahmed got it. I don't know if he actually went and looked at it, but yeah, he reposted the ESPN post of Marquise Noel in the dance for Kansas State last year in his big performance in the Final Four in the NCAA tournament. So it's Marquise Noel, and Ahmed Gaming is on it. There you go. There you go. Good job. Good job. I hope Marquise is still on our team. All right, guys. Next question. How much money did Shawn Marion make in NBA contracts in his career? Let's do the high-low. Don't look it up, Ahmed. Just like let's do high-low. How much money you guys think in millions Shawn Marion made in his career? You went and just wrote that in. Fiercey did. All right, that's cheating in some ways, but whatever. We'll let it happen. On these money ones, I'd rather y'all do up and down instead of just going and looking it up. Fiercey, you're going to get it. You put it in exactly right. I was wanting to take 135 million, but you put it in 134.9 million. It's 135 million, guys. Yeah, I know. Fiercey went and did it already. It's too bad. It's too bad. With the number ones in the future, we'll try not to do that because I like the high-low game. If you guys just put the number in right away, obviously you guys just looked it up. And it's better to kind of guess, and I'll say low, high, low, high. And whoever hits it first, it's kind of a fun game. So we'll try and do that in the future. But if somebody's just going to run in and put it in to the decimal, there's no fun. Now, out of that $135 million paid to Shawn Marion, the Raptors supposedly paid $17 million of it. That was actually the highest paid year for him, too. I was trying to look up, like, sometimes players come to Toronto and get paid and they don't really play, like Olajuwon. And I was wondering if that was kind of what happened with Shawn Marion. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. What major U.S. reality TV show did Shawn Marion appear on? What major U.S. reality TV show did Shawn Marion appear on as a contestant? Yeah. Yeah, it's all good, Fiercey. I like the whole Price is Right, up and down, lower, higher, lower, higher. Let's see. Family Feud is wrong, Ahmed. He was not on Family Feud. Private Chef of Beverly Hills. See, she's on the IMDb. That's not going to get you that. Nope, that's wrong too. Yeah. What show was on? Amazing Race is right. Kareem got it. He was on the Amazing Race, guys. Now for the next question, and write the full name. Who was his partner on the Amazing Race? Yeah, who was his partner? Another NBA player was his partner on The Amazing Race. Who was it? Who was it? Do you guys know who was the partner of Shawn Marion when he appeared on The Amazing Race as a team? Yeah, he had another person on the team with him because that's what The Amazing Race is. It's teams of two in The Amazing Race. Who was his partner? Cedric Ceballos is right. Ahmed Gaming get it. The blind man. The man who wore the blindfold in the dunk competition, Cedric Ceballos, former Phoenix Suns, Los Angeles Laker, was the partner of Shawn Marion on The Amazing Race the season that they ran it. So, yeah, Shawn Marion and Cedric Ceballos, two former Suns. Yeah, they didn't win. They didn't win, just so y'all know. They did not win the $1 million prize of winning The Amazing Race. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. Who was teammates with Shawn Marion the most in NBA games? Who was a teammate of his? Don't half-ass me, guys. Write the full name. Who was a teammate of his in the most games in his NBA career? Steve Nash is wrong. He's in the top 5, though, Ahmed. That's a good guess. Amari Stoudemire is right, Ahmed. Amari Stoudemire is the right answer. I believe that Shawn was on the Suns with him, obviously. But I also think that they lined up a little bit in Dallas and in Miami. That those guys were both in Dallas and Miami at the same time. I know they were maybe in Miami at the same time. I'm trying to think. Maybe they were in Dallas a little bit together. Maybe not. I don't think Amari did play for Dallas. But Amari Stoudemire is the right answer. All right. Who was his opponent the most games then? Who played against him in NBA games the most? Let's take some wild guesses and see if we can get it here. Who lined up with Shawn Marion's career the best and was an opponent to him the best? Kobe Bryant is a great guess. It's not right. Kevin Durant is another great guess. It's not right. Those two are not right. LeBron James is another great guess, is not right. This is a level of players, though. You guys are in the right level of players. Kyrie Irving. No, it's not Kyrie. Yeah. I'm not even going to take your answer, Cowboy, because you're half-assing it. That could mean so many different people. Seriously. That's a half-ass answer if I've ever seen one. James Harden, that is not right. No. You guys are thinking too recent, guys. Tim Duncan is right. Yeah, Amit got it. It's Tim Duncan, guys. The big fundamental had the most games against Shawn Marion in his career. It was Tim Duncan, not Allen Iverson. So you could have said Andre Iguodala. That would mean AI also, just so you know. Yeah, I've heard him be called AI also, Iguodala, just so you know. But yeah, Tim Duncan is the correct answer. He played the most games against Shawn Marion in his career. All right, let's keep going. What NBL team is Shawn Marion a part owner of? Do you guys know what the NBL is? I've talked about it on this channel. What NBL team is Shawn Marion a part owner of? Yeah, he has ownership of a team in another league, in another country. And what is the name of that team? Give me the full name of that team that he is a part owner of in the NBL. You guys should know where it is. Whoa, Ahmed. Oh, yeah, Zealand. Yes, New Zealand Breakers. That is the team. Ahmed is quick to look at stuff up. He went to school. He studied for the day, and he's all warmed up with studying from school to study this. Yeah, that's all right. You can yell at me. That's fine. Sometimes I'm yelling at y'all. Yell back at me in caps. It's all right, Ahmed. It's funny. All right, next question. All right, last question of the day, guys. That's all right. I don't mind if you're in caps. It's all good. It's all good. All right. You knew that? You knew that he owned part of that team already. New Zealand Breakers. Yeah. All right. Last question. What music awards show did Shawn Marion appear at in 2007? What music awards show did Shawn Marion appear at in 2007? Yeah. You knew that. You knew about New Zealand Breakers. That's all good, man. Good job. What music awards show did Shawn Marion show up at? MTV Awards? That's a good guess. It's wrong. American Music Awards is wrong. BET Awards is wrong. Grammy Awards is wrong. Yeah, this is specific awards. BET is the closest answer. Source Awards, another close answer. Not exactly right. The annual Soul Train Music Awards. That's right. He was at the 21st annual Soul Train Music Awards. So, Amit, you were really cleaning up today. You might have actually caught up on Fiercey a bit because, listen, we're getting to the end of this season. When there's a champion in the NBA, there'll be a champion for this trivia. And Fiercey's got a bit of a lead, but I think Amit caught up a little bit today. So, yeah, crazy stuff. So, yeah, it was the 21st annual Soul Train Music Awards. He appeared on in the crowd, or he was just there. You saw him there. Good job, y'all, with the Shawn Marion birthday trivia. Happy birthday to Shawn Marion, a very brief Raptor, a great player. Honestly, in some ways, I think Shawn Marion's a Hall of Famer. We'll have to see if he gets there someday. I think on his basketball reference page, it says he's 76% chance to make the Hall of Fame. So he does have a good chance to get there. So good job to all the trivia players. It does look like Amit cleaned up today. We'll do the add up, and I'll let you know who won at the end of the stream. But right now, bonus round, 100 more points. Let's see what's in the classic card box today. This one's getting emptier, Trevor J. I've got the other box, so I don't need another one yet, but we'll see. Who is this? Oh, wow. This is really hard. This is really hard. All right, we'll see. Advanced people. Is Smooth here? Smooth might need to be here for this one. All right, guys, tell me who that is. This is crazy. All right, look at that. That's Greg Kite, obviously, in the Orlando jersey. But that other dude, look at the Nuggets jersey. First of all, look at that era. Yeah, this is going to be really hard. I don't know if you guys are going to get this. Kiki Vandeweghe is a great answer, Amit, but it's not right. It's not right. Yeah, I don't know if I can get it close enough so you can really see his face. I probably won't even help you. Seriously. I mean, this dude is he's somebody that's very forgettable. Let's just put it that way. Shawn Chambers. I don't even know if that's a real player's name. Grady Dick. No, come on now. This card is from, I would say this card. All right, look at Greg Kite. Greg Kite was on the Magic in 1990, 91. So this is when we're talking about. We're talking about 90, 91, 92. Very forgettable player. Very, very forgettable nugget. This may be very impossible. We'll have to see if anybody can get this. Yeah, Tim Legler's a great guess. These are good guesses by Ahmed. I'm not gonna lie. Tim Legler and Kiki Vandeweghe are both very good guesses because they were both Nuggets. But that's not who that is. Let me see if I show the back, if that helps things, guys. I want to make sure I don't show his name, though, of course. I don't even know if you can see his name on the back. I don't know. Let me just cover it up the corner here. All right, let's see if you can see it that better. Does that help? I don't think it does. It's crazy. Craig Neal? That's not right. He was a former assistant coach for the Raptors, honestly, Craig Neal. But that's not right. I don't know. I guess maybe if I showed you too much of the text in the back, you might get it. This may be the most stumpable one. Oh, Todd. Okay, full ass. You're half-assing me. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Don't half-ass me, Kareem. Come on now. You're on the path. You're on the path. You can't remember his last name, but you know his first name. You got his first name. You did get it. Todd Leachy. Yes, that is it. The youngster. Ahmed Gamey is going to get this guy who's been forgotten twice the years that Ahmed's even alive. Yes, it's Todd Lichty. Lichty. Lichti. Todd Lichty. Yeah, there you go, Ahmed. Yeah. Wow, youngster. Wow. Seriously, how did you know that? Seriously, how did you know that, Ahmed? That this name? Did you just like look up Todds that played for Denver? That's probably what he did. Man, you know what? This is the thing. This is gonna be super skills for youngsters because they know how to research things really fast. In some ways, that's what I'm finding out. Yeah, yeah. You probably just put in Denver Nuggets, Todd, and boom, the name popped up. That's probably how he did it. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. You knew the name and you took full ass's answer. Yeah, Kareem half-assed it. He didn't remember his last name. He remembered his first name was Todd, but he couldn't remember the Litchy. Litchy. Todd Litchy. Like, that's crazy. I knew who he was, but didn't know what he looked like. So you knew his name because you'd heard it before, but you'd never actually seen him before. You know who he looks like to me, guys, to be honest? He looks like Mike Dunleavy Jr. He looks like Mike Dunleavy Jr., who's still involved with the Golden State Warriors, I believe, in their front office. The son of Mike Dunleavy, the former coach. Yeah, a full ass is Kareem. Yeah, he made that name because I kept saying, stop half-assing everything. So he full asses it. There you go. Yeah, yeah. You love Shawn Marion, the Raptors camouflage jersey? This is funny you bring up the camouflage jersey, Monique, because Terrence Ross was talking about it yesterday. We're talking about his jerseys on his wall yesterday. He's got a Vucevic Chicago jersey. He's got a Tristan Thompson Cleveland jersey, and he's got a DeMar DeRozan Spurs jersey on his wall behind him when he Twitch streams. And everybody's like asking him, "Why don't you have a Raptors jersey up there?" And he said, "Well, I do have a Raptors jersey. It's on this wall. You can't see it, and it's a Fred VanVleet Raptors jersey." He said, and I asked him, "It's like, were those all jersey swaps?" And he said, "Yeah, I did jersey swaps with DeRozan and Vucevic and these different guys. So they were products of Terrence Ross doing jersey swaps." Well, we brought up the camouflage jerseys that the Raptors wore around that time, and Ross said they were the worst jerseys. He hated them. He thought they were so ugly and stupid. He's like, he went off on how bad the Raptors camo jerseys were back then that they had to wear that time. He said he hated them. That's what Ross said. He said it wasn't even like right camouflage when they wore those military camouflage jerseys, the Raptors. Yeah, yeah. Smooth saying his first name is Jeff. No, it's Todd. That's Todd. He does maybe look like a Jeff. No, that's Todd Leachy. Todd Leachy, yeah. Fiercely saying, Lex, Shawn Marion looks like Stephen A. Smith. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. Smooth saying, is Jeff T? No, it's Todd L. Todd Leachy. Todd Leachy. Yeah, that was the classic card. That's a hard one, man. I'm not gonna lie. That one's really, really hard. Now, last week I forgot to do the Wild Card Wednesday because I didn't have the box with me, but I've got it with me today, the one with the card packs. So I can open up a card pack tomorrow for Wild Card Wednesday. I have something sad to say. I don't know if I'm going to do another stream at my old place and you will not see those walls that were behind me for the first 3 years of this channel. They're gonna. I don't even know if I'm gonna do ever another one down there. I think all the streams are gonna be out here now. And so I'm going to go down to my old apartment today and take down the jerseys off the wall and the We the North flag in my old apartment, because the landlord wants to start showing that place. And obviously, I don't want my Alvin Williams, Muggsy Bogues, and Jerome Williams signed Raptors jerseys sitting on the wall when he's taking people in there to see this stuff. So I got to go clear out the old studio. And it's going to be sad in some ways because there's a lot of good memories in that room of interacting with you guys and doing this show. So yeah, I wanted to do one more in there, but I don't think it's going to happen because I'm not staying there anymore. And it really is a first thing in the morning kind of thing. So I'll be going down there and cleaning taking the flag off the wall. The We the North flag's coming up here next. Yeah, so that's where it's at. There you go. Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Kareem, for, it's a team effort. It's a think tank like Thursdays. And Kareem had the first name, and Ahmet figured it out from there. There you go. Fiercely saying, clearing the old studio like a player clearing his locker. Sad. It's sad in some ways, but it's also a much needed change. In some ways, that apartment down there, I felt like living in witness protection agency, living in there. Very, very like closed off from the world. Up here, it's going to be better. Up here, it's going to be a lot better. So yeah, it's bittersweet, and some ways you guys won't see that room ever again, which is kind of sad. Maybe I'll try and film in there one more time before the end of May, but it's probably not likely. It may mean that I have to get up super early and drive down there. I'm also want to cut the internet off there, so I may turn it off, and that may be why. Yeah, new beginnings, exactly. Like yesterday, seeing those guys show up for practice yesterday. All right, let's go and see what else I've got to talk about today. Obviously, those games last night were amazing. I cannot believe how much the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets by last night. This is insane. And Jokic had some negative things to say about Murray, about him throwing the heating pad on the court. I don't know if he'll get suspended a game for this. In some ways, they should just fine him and let him play, because the Nuggets need to have their best foot forward to try and salvage making this game kind of like this series go somewhere, because it does look like a sweep now because of the game last night. Let's see. Siakam got 19, 8 of 16 shooting, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Not a bad game by Pascal. Who was the best player for them? Turner. Turner was 8 of 16 also, 23 points. And TJ McConnell, big off the bench. He was kind of carrying the Pacers in the middle of the game. But as Cool Cat's saying, she thinks that the refs helped the New York Knicks win last night with their calls. Let's see what the fouls look like. 26-19. Yeah, and it's only a 4-point game. Yeah, that's shady as hell. 26 free throws for the Knicks, 14 for Brunson himself, and he was perfect at the line. And meanwhile, only 19 free throws for the other side, only 4 for Siakam. What's up with that? Well, you're going to give 4 free throws to Siakam and 14 free throws to Jalen Brunson? Okay, I can get behind Cool Cat's theory right here. Yeah, OG, 5 of 14, didn't shoot that great. 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 13 points, a plus 12. So he had a winning effect on his team. Him and Brunson both plus 12. On the other side, the highest plus was Ben Shepherd off the bench, plus 13. Yeah, Nembhard, 4 for 10. Halliburton, only 6 points. Just did not show up for the Pacers last night. Yeah, I'm really shocked about the Timberwolves. They did it without Gobert, which is insane. Gobert at the birth of his first child, instead of playing last night. And Kyle Anderson stepped into the starting lineup. And man, Anthony Edwards, 27. Karl Anthony Towns, 27. And off the bench, 14 from Naz Reid and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The strength of the Timberwolves is the diversity of such a deep bench and deep players that can do so much in so many different ways. And that's a big part of how they do what they do. They've got the defensive side of Gobert, which they didn't even need last night, which is insane. And then, boom, they got guys like Garza, Reed, and Alexander Walker off the bench, and that's nasty. They're a very nasty team, and they could win the championship, especially knock off the current champion. Yeah, you got to have to start saying Anthony Edwards and them could win the championship this year. So very, very interesting stuff in the NBA playoffs last night. Now, the games for tonight are Cleveland and Boston. game one. And Scott Foster is the crew chief with Curtis Blair and Mitchell Irvin. And Dallas at Oklahoma City kicks off today also with Tony Brothers, Ben Taylor, and Brian Forte as the sheriffs in town in that OKC Corral showdown. So, yeah, Mavericks versus Thunder, game one. Cavaliers versus Celtics, game one tonight. And your crew chiefs are the big guys. Foster and Brothers are going to be crew chief in these games tonight. So there you go. There you go. Boom goes the dynamite. Dynamite. All right, let's see. All right, where am I in the chat? Let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat. Amit saying, I turned 15 in 12 days, getting so old. Oh my God. No, you're not. Come on, young man. Your life is just starting, Amit. And in some ways, it's good to plan your life and figure out kind of what you think about what you want to do and have a goal, have life path. It's a good idea to have. Just trust me. And you know what? You got so much to look forward to, Amit. So you're very young. Holy crap. Randolph saying, Lex, my birthday gift on the weekend would be the Raptors jumping up in the lottery and keeping their pick. That's right. Your birthday is this weekend, Randolph. I have you on the list on the thing. Your birthday is Saturday on the 11th. And the draft lottery is on the 12th, which is actually Canadian Dana's birthday also. So we got those two great Raptor Freak birthdays on Saturday and Sunday around the draft lottery. And y'all's birthday wishes are to help the luck for the Raptors in the draft lottery. I love it. I love it. Canadian Dana, I'm sure you're going to think the same. I know next Sunday we're going to find out exactly what's going to happen with that protected pick with San Antonio and things with that. So hopefully we are keeping the pick. And I'm already making a prediction. I did this yesterday. I think the Raptors are going to be picking fourth. I don't know why. For some reason, I got it in my head that we're going to win and we're going to keep our pick and we're going to be in the fourth position picking this year somehow, some way. So I love it. Happy early birthday, Randolph. And we'll definitely celebrate your birthday on your birthday also this Saturday. That's right. Maybe we'll do a Share the Love Club for Randolph Phillips. Why not? It's his birthday, you guys. Maybe we'll do a Share the Love Club just for Randolph himself because his birthday is on Saturday. And that's what we do. We do a Share the Love Club. It's not just for the players. It's not just for different people. It's for great Raptor freaks also. So I'm going to say right now, Share the Love Club, Randolph Phillips, Saturday morning on his birthday. We're going to share the love for Randolph. That's right. I'm saying fine him $100,000 to make up for not suspending him. Yeah, maybe. I could see them fining him, but I don't know if it'll be that much. It'll probably be like 30,000 or 25,000. That seems like a crazy amount. Now, Mark Davis said after the game, if he had thrown it at another player and hit them, then he's in big trouble. But because he just threw it randomly out of anger, out of like frustration, it's not as bad. In some ways, he delineated this way. If he just throws it on the court, it's a technical. If he throws it at another player, I throw him out. He's ejected. So that's the way Mark Davis would have sheriffed that whole situation. If he had saw it. Now, if it's such a big deal and such a bad thing, nobody saw it and they just kept playing, then it wasn't that big of a deal, was it? Chris Finch, though, he's a real tattler sitting over there with his busted up knee saying, you need to go and get him in trouble and get him in trouble. He's trying to tell Mark Davis how to do his job and tell him to go get him. Tattletale, snitching. Yeah, that's what you're doing, Chris Finch. I know what's going on there. Davis saying, yeah, cool cat. The whistle was fracking hopeless. Well, it's the home court whistle. We'll have to see if they do it fairly when they go to Indy. If they do calls the other way for the Pacers when they're at their home court, well, then it'll balance out. We'll have to see. Let's see. G's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Not Raptors news, but Toronto news. Shooting outside of Drake's house with someone injured. Seriously, people? This is really stupid. We talked about the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar yesterday a bit. And there's, listen, they're both making each other look so bad. Whether Kendrick beats his girlfriend or wife, whether Drake is an Epstein Island visitor and he likes little girls. This is just bad. You guys aren't helping each other's careers at all. If this is some sort of made up beef to try and pump ticket sales or album sales, it's backfiring. In some ways, y'all are like ruining each other's reputations in weird ways. Some people are always saying that Drake's finished because of this. In some ways, we may need to distance ourselves from Drake because this toxicness is really bad. Now, so something happened. Somebody got shot out in front of Drake's house today. That's crazy. Let me go look at this. Drake's house. Let's just write in Drake's house. Drake's house. Fans renamed Drake's mansion Kendrick's mansion on Google Maps. Is what they're saying. They've renamed Drake's house Kendrick's mansion on there. That's crazy. Owned by Kendrick is what it's saying there. That's what it says about that. All right, let me see about shooting at Drake's house. I want to get the shooting at Drake's house. This is the craziest Raptor freak subject to be talking about. All right, let's see what happened. Drake's mansion at the center of a investigation, a shooting investigation. This has just come out in the last 14 minutes. Police investigating a shooting outside of Drake's Bridle Path mansion. The police have taped off his yard. Ooh, man shot outside Drake's house. A man has been hospitalized with serious injuries after a shooting outside of rapper Drake's home. Now, you know what? This is the stupid thing. People get so dumb. Like, I've heard people on social media talking about, like, we should get SGA to get back at Canadians and Drake for what they're doing. You know, what is this? What is this? This isn't gang wars. This isn't Tupac and Biggie stuff. Come on now. This is just two egomaniacs yelling at each other with stupid, like, verses of dumb stuff. In some ways, if some idiot came over to Drake's house last night or this morning to try and stand up for Kendrick Lamar and start some stuff, well, you get what you get. I'm sorry. You go on private property and you think you're righteous to come and mess with somebody on their private property, you get what you get. I grew up in Florida. I know the rules. You step on somebody's property, they can shoot you. And sadly, that has happened in a lot of cases that is just not right. Now, Drake has to think about his security. If there's some sort of crazy fan who thinks he's a Kendrick stan and he's going to go there and do something crazy like get Drake, well, you're going to find out real quick. If you come in his yard, you're going to get shot. And I think that's what's happened here. That's what it looks like to me, at least. Monique is saying, is Jamal Murray okay for Team Canada, though? Big question. Well, this is one of the things also with this. Like last year, he couldn't be at FIBA World Cup because he was injured. And he also went on a very long championship run. Now, if they get put out by the Timberwolves, this may be good for Team Canada because then he can rest whatever nagging injury that's obviously hurting him right now in this series with the Timberwolves. So in some ways, hey, if the Nuggets don't get past the Timberwolves, I'm okay with it. I don't have like a real stake in the Nuggets repeating or doing anything like that. If they get put out, that's good for Team Canada because that may mean Jamal Murray can rest and be better for us in Paris. So forgive me for being selfish. In some ways, I really do want Team Canada to be at its best more than I want the Denver Nuggets to repeat. So if they get put out in 4, like Trevor's saying, they get swept, well, that's great because Murray will get to rest his leg better and hopefully be more 100% in Paris. That's what I'm saying right there. Yeah. Fiercely saying, yes, the last quarter calls were sus at MSG. Yeah, so there's shape in the game to help the Knicks get game 1 in their home court in front of everybody. Yeah, it's a big market. In some ways, that you know, listen, they love the old Pacers, Spike Lee versus Reggie Miller era. They are getting it again in some ways. It's a new era of Knicks versus Pacers. Well, I can see this series getting dragged out, but the Pacers need to win one for sure. But I can see them trying to drag this out just for that. Yeah, right there. David's saying, yeah, the NBA is trash. It's all rigged for the steal. For the steal. You know, listen. Or fuck this shit. I think that's what he's saying. For the steal. Fuck that shit. I think that's what he meant. You know, listen, I would say if it's so rigged, the Lakers would have gotten further. I mean, it is rigged. And trust me, they try to help the Lakers. That's how bad they are. They really gave them a boost. They're down on the ground, lifting their leg to climb up over a fence. They still can't get over it because they're too fat. They can't make it over it. Seriously. It's crazy. But yeah, it's rigged to a degree. But if you do things certain ways and the right ways, you can still win in the end. And the Nuggets and the Timberwolves are two teams that show that. We'll have to see how it happens. In some ways, look, I already hear the ESPN heads saying down south that the Minnesota Timberwolves better win now because Anthony Edwards is going to leave their team. See, it's doomed for small markets. Terrence Ross said it himself on Twitch. Small markets have a hard time keeping sustained success because the NBA tries to pick them apart when success happens. When you win a championship like the Raptors did in 2019, everybody's coming for your guys because they want to add them to their team. And, well, that's the sad thing. If the Timberwolves do win a championship this year, somehow, some way, people are going to be coming around and trying to get Anthony Edwards to leave. And it's messed up. In some ways, I'd like to see more players be more loyal to their teams like the old NBA used to be. The old NBA, a lot of players stuck with their teams and stayed with them for their careers. Damian Lillard learned a tough lesson this year about switching his team from Portland to Milwaukee, being exiled from his family. And I seen pictures of him in the last couple of days in Cyprus with his children and having the biggest smile, the most happy he's been in over a year. Seriously, because he's reunited with his children in Cyprus and on vacation and not playing for the Milwaukee Bucks right now. That's what I'm saying. In some ways, that is a cautionary tale, NBA players. Lillard is a great cautionary tale. You have it all set up. You have your family and your kids and everything, all your friends, everything. And you think the grass is greener somewhere else just to chase a chip? Well, you get what you get, the Griff experiment and all the bullshit with Doc that happened after that. You get what you get, Dame Lillard. And that's what I'm saying. Be loyal to your teams that really invest in you and you become a community pillar with. Be loyal to those teams. I don't care if it's Milwaukee. I don't care if it's Portland. I don't care if it's Toronto. I don't care if it's Minnesota. Do it. Just do it. Then you don't have to be like KG. Listen, this is a different team in Minnesota than Kevin Garnett's team. They didn't have a good office keep putting pieces together. They got one right now. Minnesota's got a good front office. Obviously, they got a great depth and bench. They've really, listen, I was derisive of the Twin Towers concept of Gobert and Anthony Towns when it first happened 2 summers ago. But look, it took some time. Last year was a bust. It didn't work exactly, but they worked through it. They kept with Finch. They kept going through the system and figuring out the lumps, and they got it right now. And in some ways, I'm super impressed by this because I thought Timberwolves were screwed like the Suns with a top-heavy franchise salary cap with a couple of superstars. And what are they going to be able to do? Well, they were creative in filling out the whole roster. And they got some really good young players like Garza and different people. And then you got mid guys like Naz Reid and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So the build and the structure and the blueprint for how the Timberwolves did things is very good. Very, very good. And it is working. In some ways, I got to turn around and come back a little bit with the Cavaliers also and the Donovan Mitchell pickup. I don't think they'll get past Boston. I hope they do. I'd love for them to beat Boston. I am rooting for you, Cavaliers. But that's the thing. Those were 2 deals 2 summers ago when Utah went on a fire sale that I was very critical of. But they're starting to work a year later, and that's very interesting to me. Because in some ways, look, I don't think that the Cavaliers are working as well as the Wolves. But in some ways, the things that have happened with Donovan Mitchell in recent playoff games have really paid off for that. But I still think he's going to leave Cleveland the first chance he gets. But that Minnesota stuff, listen, Anthony Edwards, you don't have to listen to noise and say, oh, you need to go play for New York. You need to go play for the Lakers. Stick with your team because your team's built very well. And in some ways, teams like Minnesota, Milwaukee, and other teams that are smaller markets, they deserve to have a good long time period of good things happening. They came and destroyed our team right away. Kawhi was a big part of it. But that doesn't mean that if the Timberwolves win the championship this year, that they need to dismantle the Timberwolves after this. Sure, they'll try and lure them away. Steve Ballmer and his bullshit. Yeah, they'll try and lure them away. But I tell you, Anthony Edwards, stick with your team and go on a dynasty run with the Timberwolves. Do something different. I'm so sick of people running off for big money and big lights and big markets like New York and LA and the NBA. Fuck that shit. Stay with your small team and make a name for yourself and become the greatest Timberwolf of all time ever. That's what I say to you, Anthony Edwards. That's right. Small market teams. I'm with you. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going in the chat. Let's see. David's saying, Mo, no, I don't think he's good enough to make the team. You're talking about Jamal Murray's good and not good enough to make Team Canada? That's BS. Oh, that's crazy, David. No, he'll be on the team. He'll be on the team if he's healthy. Trevor's saying, do not speak badly of yourself. For the warrior within, here's your words and is lessened by them. You know, I'm really starting to listen to Leo Routens. Yeah, Leo, our guy on Twitter. Every single day, he has some sort of words of wisdom or something like that. You know what? Let's go look at them. Maybe this will be a new segment. Leo's words of wisdom for the morning. I get words of wisdom from Trevor. I get words of wisdom from Randolph. I get words of wisdom from different ones of y'all all the time. Let's go see what Leo Routens is saying because honestly, I need to live more like Leo. Seriously, I can say that right now. I need to live more like Leo. Let's live more like Leo. All right, here's what he's saying this morning, 2 hours ago. Good morning. Coffee is contagious. Have a terrific day. Coffee time, life tips. You got this. All right, Leo's saying negativity is contagious. Unhappiness is contagious. Fear is contagious. But so is love. So is happiness. So is optimism. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you and strive to be a reflection of what you want to receive. Wow. I love this. In some ways, I have a struggle within myself right now between negativity and positivity. In some ways, it's sure this negative world is tough to get through with price inflation, wars, genocides going on around the world. You hear negative things and you think, what is the point? How can the Raptors win in the future? If there's issues with our ownership, if there's issues with the NBA being rigged, if there's issues with sports betting, all this kind of stuff, it can get into a whirlwind of negativity and you can spiral all the way down. Oh, no, that's not what Leo Routens is saying. Leo Routens is saying, count your blessings. Look to the positives and let them grow. Grow them in your garden instead of your fears, your doubts, and your worries. And I'm going to take more leadership from Leo Routens, our great color commentator for the Raptors. And I want to take more leadership from him. So this may be a new segment where we do Leo's words of wisdom in the morning, because I feel like this is a good statement right here. As far as I don't want to encroach on Trevor and Randolph stuff. Everybody can have wisdom. More wisdom, the better. We're all wiser. So think about this. Negativity is contagious. You can go around and be negative in your day where you get more of it. Unhappiness is contagious. You won't be unhappy. Well, you get more of it if you just go in that direction. But if you think about love, if you think about happiness, if you think about optimistic things, you'll get more of that instead. So whatever energy you're going to put out there, you're going to get back. That's the end all be all of it right there. Thank you, Leo Routens, for your words of wisdom. And thank you, Trevor J., Randolph Phillips, and everybody else who does that all the time. There you go. Fiercely saying at Monique, if eliminated, Jamal should be good to play. Just hope he demonstrates sportsmanship. Yesterday wasn't it. I'm not mad at him for that. Listen, people can get upset sometimes in the emotion of the heat of the battle. And that's what that is. Whether it's Jalen Suggs crying the other day, Jamal Murray throwing a heating pad on the court, he's frustrated because he's not shooting well. They're guarding him very well. And normally the Nuggets do very well and they're successful. Well, they're not finding that against the Timberwolves so far. And sometimes people will get very frustrated. They're competitive. We know Jamal Murray is a very competitive young man. His father did crazy shit to him when he was coaching him when he was young, like hold this hot coffee between your legs. If it spills on you, you get burned. Well, that's your own damn fault. You get burned. That's how I got to teach you. So in some ways, it's partly the training. It's partly the ultimate competitiveness, the ego that gets you like that and makes you do something dumb like that. It's not, I didn't even see the incident. I don't think it looked that bad probably. It's probably just like he threw it out on the court and it landed on the court. Now, did it get in front of anybody? Did anybody have the chance to trip over it or any of those kind of issues? No. So I think that it's just like an anger, frustration thing. It could have been a towel. It could have been any object. It just happened to be a heating pad that he had nearby. So that's kind of where I look at it. Let's see. Randolph saying, Lex, the Nuggets look really weak and undisciplined in both games. They have to play up to their potential next game or risk losing the series. This is true. And this is really kind of crazy to me because I wouldn't have thought this could happen to the Nuggets because they're so well run. They're so together. They've been together for a long time and they look shook. They look shook all of a sudden against the Timberwolves. It's the matchup. It's the matchup. In a lot of matchups, they can cruise and do what they always do comfortably. But there's something about the makeup of the Timberwolves and the way Finch has got them organized that's throwing everything out. In some ways, that's what this is, the NBA, the coach's world, the adjustments, understanding the other team and your weapons and how your weapons can be utilized against their weaknesses and make them work. And that's it right there. Chris Finch is a good coach, and he has a good organization and good culture and a good system for helping the Timberwolves win a lot this year. And, well, they're putting it to the test in the playoff picture against the current champions, and they're being successful. So that's very interesting. Yeah, you guys are saying, like, from watching the eye test in the games, it doesn't even look like it's close between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets right now. And that's shocking. That is shocking. G saying the Wolves and Cavs with two bigs, way of the future. We need another mobile center and long defensive wings this offseason. I'm not against this. I've always loved bigger basketball teams. I've hated small ball all along. And when you have bigger players, especially lithe, quick players that are very tall, like a Wembanyama or a Holmgren, this is good. This is good. In some ways, that's what you want. You want the classic big center like a Jakob Poeltl, and then maybe a slender man like a Chet Holmgren that's a little bit more mobile and doesn't necessarily play center, has a nice outside shot, and can be a roving danger of blocking shots because they're so long. So yeah, I'm all about this. I'm with G once again. G's usually got a lot of the same thinking as I do, and I'm with this. I think that it's smart to get like I think it is what the wave of the future is, what you're saying. I think it's true. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley in Cleveland, Gobert and Towns in Minnesota. Yeah. David's saying, I'm telling y'all, 4'11 guard. I'm telling you, 4'11 guard? Who's 4'11? I'm trying to figure that out. Ahmet saying, if we stay at pick 6, only guard I would take would be Reed Shepherd, maybe Robert Dillingham. Yeah, I don't want a guard. I'd much rather go and take the taller guy, the taller kid who's like Grady, that shooter guy that's drives and stuff. I'd rather get him Dalton necked, than getting Reed Shepherd or Robert Dillingham. We can get good shooting at a taller player like Bozelis and those other guys instead of getting a smaller guy and having a guard. I'm just not really big on getting guards right now. I want tall, big players. Big players. We got enough. Quickly's our little guard. Scotty's our backup guard. We need a veteran backup guard that's not a rookie. We don't need a rookie project on guard, is what I'm saying. We need a rookie project at center, but we don't necessarily need a rookie project at guard. Let's see. Bryce saying Ron Holland or Reed Shepherd. I think we watched both of them. And Ron Holland's from G League Ignite. And Reed Shepherd, of course, is what? He's Kentucky, right? Something like that, or Duke. He's one of those two teams. I always get the blue and white teams confused, so I know he's on one of those two teams. I don't know. Ron Holland's bigger than Reed Shepherd, right? So I'm more partial to the G League Ignite guy. Yeah. Davis saying, the whistle is the whistle. I never understood why it effing matters where they're playing. They can be on Mars for all I care. Do your jobs, ref, you incompetent expletives. I agree with you, David, but there is certain things, there's always, until we get AI robotic refereeing, everything's going to have a discretion or a discrimination or a predilection or a predetermined kind of notion. In some ways, it is true. The reputation of players and teams are factored into things with the refs. There's a thing that's different for LeBron than it is for Marquise Noel. There's a thing that's different for the Charlotte Hornets than it is for the Boston Celtics. And that's just the way it is. In some ways, often the home court advantage partly is the ref whistle is nicer to you. And that's just a part of the NBA. It's always been kind of that way. It's since I was a little kid. So that's not really the problem. The problem is, there can be favoritism for the home team with the whistle. The problem is when there's just blatant railroading of trying to manipulate the outcome of the game by either cutting off free throws for one side or handing multiple free throws over and over again to help supplant and supply a team with points to keep their margin or take a lead or win the game at the end. That's the problem. If they feed the Lakers so many more free throws than everybody else, yeah, they're going to win more and be inflated more than they should be. And that is the damn truth for the last few years. So the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. The Lakers have been fed free throws like crazy by the league to try and artificially pump them up, and it still hasn't worked. That's how bad they are. So in some ways, it is going to be what it is. The players and the coaches in this league understand the lay of the land, and they understand what they're up against. Ahmet saying, I'm not a fan of G League Ignite players, in my personal opinion. I think they all struggle with shooting threes. So Reed, if we have pick 6, I take Reed Shepherd, but wouldn't be upset with Holland, to be honest. Well, why do we have to think about those positions and those players? I mean, Buzelis is going to be around there too. And I know you just said you don't like G League Ignite guys, but yeah, let's not hold everything against Scoot Henderson. I get it. It's been a failure, the G League Ignite, the last 2 years. It's been disbanded. It's been such a failure. And they are a little bit kind of like, I don't know if I want Holland. I don't know if I want Buzelis. But in some ways, I'm telling you, Buzelis is a real deal. I don't know about Ron Holland so much, but Matthias Buzelis, that's a good player. And he's going to probably be one of my top 5 to pick. We'll have to see if we keep that top pick and after Sunday on Dana and Randolph's birthday. And then I'll go by my top 5 recommended picks for the draft for Bobby and Masai. Right now, Kella Ware is on that list for sure. And we'll see who gets added otherwise. Jonathan Mogbo is probably going to be on that list. And I would say maybe Buzelis. Those are the early 3 favorites I have on my list. Of course, Zach Edey may be on that list also. So we'll have to see. Randolph saying, Lex, that's wonderful. Thank you. 3 friends of mine planned to visit for my birthday from the USA. A dispute among them ruined their friendship and my birthday plans. That's awful. Well, we're going to change that, Randolph. We're going to do a Share the Love Club for you on Saturday since it's your birthday. You know what? Maybe, I want to do them specially for you because we'll get around and do Dana one year too, and we'll get everybody. I know we did David last year too. We've done Monique. So we've done a couple. We did Logical Raptors Fanatic. I believe we did a Share the Love Club for him too. I believe. I want to say we did. But yeah, I do want to do Share the Love Clubs for regulars on this channel all the time. So we'll definitely do Randolph Phillips Share the Love Club this weekend, guys. So and I may have a weird picture up because I don't have a picture of you, Randolph, but it will definitely be like a Raptors birthday themed kind of picture. How about that? David's saying, that's sad, Randolph. Let's go for lunch. I'm more normal in person, I think. Yeah, David's great in person. He's more normal in person. Just don't talk about Joel Embiid around him. Maybe he'll get all amped up like the Hulk, and then he'll be like a little bit more on edge. All right, Randall. Monique is saying, W stream, Lex, keep at it always. Good times approaching. Go Raptors for life. Raptor Free Crew for strong. That's right, Mo. And go down and check out the NBA restaurant so you know how good it is. And we'll come there on June the 8th, a Saturday, for Monique's birthday. We'll be celebrating her birthday down there. It'll be an official Raptor Freak hangout. So come on down on June the 8th to the NBA restaurant on Queensquay in downtown Toronto, the only NBA-themed restaurant in the NBA right now. And we'll celebrate the superfan Monique Lawrence's birthday. Yeah. Smooth saying, it's being reported on CBC News, man, the shooting. Yeah, this is something crazy. This is the thing. This kind of stuff is stupid. You go like rip off a scab and irritate a wound, and all kinds of dummies who think that they're heroes or something like that. They want to stand for Kendrick. They want to stand for Drake. Will do something stupid. And this is like, you guys want to rumble up some sort of Tupac Biggie bullshit? That's what this seems like. What's happening this morning here in Toronto. David's saying, man, this poor franchise has had one heck of a year. Bye-bye, Drake. We don't deal with that stuff. In some ways, this may be the time to separate from Drake. Seriously, as a team. Because honestly, like, I don't mind him being great as far as, like, if he's on top of his game, if he's not, like, getting accused of being a pedophile, I don't mind him. But if he's getting accused of being a pedophile and he's kind of making himself look like an ass, and you know what, in some ways he hasn't been around, hanging around the team that much in the last year anyway, maybe it is time to kind of, I mean, it doesn't have to be official or anything, and maybe it could be quietly in the middle of the night, but maybe it's time to kind of unlock the train cars with Drake a little bit, just because in some ways, look, he has this whole beef going on and he looks really bad in it. Seriously, a lot of people are saying that he's lost this battle already, that Kendrick's beaten him, and that in some ways he looks like a fool. And in some ways he made a song up about like talking about how he's not a pedophile. Like, dude, this is bad. If you have to write a diss song all about you defending yourself about you're not a pedophile, this is bad. Let's just put it that way. Oh, man. In some ways, I want to get to this point where we have to distance ourselves from our global ambassador because he's in a rap beef that's just gotten out of control and stupid at this point. I'll stand by what I said yesterday and Chuck D said. You guys have such great platform. You guys have so many people's eyes and attention on you. Why don't you do something worthwhile with it? Like, fight the man. Fight price inflation. Go put some like eyes on big, huge subjects that are problems in this world and get more attention so people can go be aware of it and maybe go help with some issues in this world instead of some dumbass, egotistical rap diss battle that you guys are doing. It's so in middle school, as Chuck D's put it. You guys are middle school acting the way you acting like that. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with Drake. It's so stupid. So dumb. Cowboys saying, I like that prediction. All right, there you go. James is saying Wolves are a balanced team. They've got good players in all positions. Yeah, like from like right, I'd say like to 12. They have good players. Minot, that's another guy. They've just done really well with building the team in the right kind of pieces. That's a big part of it. You can throw guys together, but if they're not in the right pieces, interlocking, like covering up all things you need done on the basketball court, then you didn't build a good team. You just have an assortment of players that are thrown together that aren't really a team. And that's the thing. In the new NBA, you need a team. And you can't just have like, I'm LeBron, I'm Anthony Davis, I'm D'Angelo Russell, I'm Rui Hachimura. Oh, we're just walking around. No, you need a team. And that's what the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and some of these other teams that are in the playoffs still are like. And that's what I'm saying. Stargate saying Naz Reid has really developed into a solid player. Yeah, in some ways, I would argue he should have been the sixth man of the year this year. Seriously, did he win it? I want to say he did. Maybe he didn't. No, who won it? Somebody won. It wasn't Bobby Portis, thank God, right? It was I forget who won the sixth man of the year. It's so forgettable. NBA sixth man of the year. Of course, Wemby won the rookie of the year last night. And he was the overall winner. Oh, Naz Reid did win sixth man of the year. Okay, so the right justice happened. Yeah, he deserved it. He should be the sixth man of the year. Wemby, unanimous rookie of the year last night. No votes for Chet. There was like kind of a threat of that all season that Chet would maybe even be a co-rookie of the year with Wembanyama. No. In the end, Victor just got it straight up. All the first place votes. All of them. All 99. And Chet got all 98 except for one second place vote going to Brandon Miller. So, yeah, there you go. Victor Wembanyama is your rookie of the year. No surprises there. Honestly, no surprises there. Carlos saying Halliburton failing his playoff tests. Yeah. In some ways, I said this on Ross's Twitch stream yesterday. The Orlando Magic losing to the Cavs in Game 7 is basically experience losing to experience winning over youth that doesn't know how to get there. What did Donovan Mitchell say after Game 7? He said, "I'm sick of losing." That he's been the young guy who is younger, who lost the older guys before. Well, he's a little bit older than the Orlando guys. So in some ways, him taking command of Game 7 and saying, "I don't want to lose this Game 7 because I want to keep going," is because I'm sick of losing. Some ways, young players need to lose to feel how bad it feels and never want to do it again. Then they understand what it takes to win and how to avoid losing. They have to really want to avoid losing really a lot, like Donovan Mitchell did on Sunday. So that's the big difference right there. Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, you guys don't know what losing feels like until Sunday. Now you do. And now soak it in and feel it because you never want to feel it again, just like Donovan Mitchell. That's just the way it is in the NBA. You can't just win all the way through naturally unless you're really, really crazy good. You have to fail before you get those stair steps up to the Larry O'Brien. And that means each level sometimes. You got to lose in the first round, feel how that feels. All right, we get the second round next. All right, you might have to lose in the second round. I hate this. Get the conference final. All right, you lose this year. All right, go back in next year. That's why it takes time to do the stair steps to get up there. When the Raptors won their championship, we did it because Kawhi had been there before. We did it because Danny Green and Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka and Kyle Lowry, these guys had all been working towards winning in the playoffs over time and had a lot of playoff experience. And that's why I still say the young teams are good. Thunder is going to be great, but they may not win this year because they need to feel the sting of losing. That's an important part of getting there right there. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Respect to Canadian Cowboy. Always good to see you. Yeah. Trevor's, let's see. Carlos saying TJ was carrying him all along. TJ McConnell's been carrying Tyrese Halliburton. That's funny. Trevor's saying Minnesota put Denver Nuggets on lockdown like it was Alcatraz. Clint Eastwood. Okay, Clint Eastwood. Get the little cutout side face and put it underneath the pillow. Put it on the pillow underneath the blanket and go through the wall in Alcatraz. Okay. Stargate saying Cool Cat and Molly Weir were going at it in spaces last night after the New York Indy game. Laugh out loud. Blackhawk was the mediator. Laugh out loud. I'm going to guess this, that Molly was OG's side and Cool Cat was on Pascal's side. And Cool Cat was talking about what she said earlier, that the free throw discrepancy was very much in the New York Knicks' favor and that the Pacers didn't have a fair shot. And Molly was probably counterpointing her or something like that. Well, I stand with Cool Cat because I know Raptor Freak Family's right in this case because we know how the free throws go, and especially in Madison Square Garden with a market that wants, Indiana's not as big a market as New York. Of course, they're going to try and push the Knicks as far as they can go in success. In some ways, they're doomed to fail before the end of this playoff. The Knicks, just because of the way they're built, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. They're going to wear their team out. especially with the heavy minutes that Tibbs is putting on his main players. Those guys aren't going to get all the way through the playoffs on that kind of a workload. That's crazy. What are you trying to do, Tom Thibodeau? Run your team to the ground like a Nick Nurse would. That's right. Seymour saying, tapping in from the mountain range time. There we go. Seymour Pape coming in from mountain range time. Hang on. Where is that comment? Salute the Raptor freaks and freakettes. There you go. We're all Raptor freaks. And I'm a freakette too. Seymour saying, heard this house got wet. So no, not sure yet. What? Heard his house got wet. No, sure though. You talking about Drake? Uh-oh. Yikes. Yikes. Somebody got shot outside Drake's house. Let's see. We'll find out what happened. Yo, hope you're good, Cowboy. There you go. Cowboy saying, always good, bro. I'm alive. Let's go, Raptors. The Farmer's Almanac's telling me that today's a great day to dye your hair. Color your hair. If you are going to dye your hair, do it today. That's the only thing it's said to do on there. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Cowboys saying, always good, bro, and I'm alive. Let's go, Raptors. Facts. I like it. Cowboys saying, can't wait for the draft. David saying, well, at least it's growing season. It's definitely growing out there. It's getting greener, and things are coming up out of the ground out there. And it's just stuff that we have out there naturally. I didn't really get to plant too much. I planted some perennial flowers, wildflowers and stuff, different kind of things in different areas of the yard. Just an experiment. Of course, some of this stuff's not going to come up for like 6 weeks. So we'll have to see how it looks come around June. So we'll have to see how it looks then. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, sir. Growing season in effect. Stargate saying, I'm sorry if Castle is still available when the Raptors pick comes around. I'm picking Castle, guard or not. You know, it's all different philosophies. I'm only saying this because I feel like we have guard strength right now. And once again, we're too small. If we really want to get value players, we need bigger size coming back. We lost so much length and size in the trades this year. We need to make up for it. And in some ways, I don't want to be getting undersized guards. I don't want to draft anybody under 6'6". How about that? That's kind of a rule I have right now. Don't draft anybody under 6'6". Fiercely saying, Team Cool Cat, hope you still get a celebration, Randolph. Yeah, we're going to do it on here. We're going to celebrate Randolph Phillips on this stream. Saturday, Share the Love Club. So make sure you're here at least for a little bit, Randolph. I'm sure you will be. Yeah, and Team Cool Cat all the way. If there's Team Molly and Team Cool Cat, we're Team Cool Cat here for sure. David's saying, yeah, we did when he was in Miami. Yeah, we did when he was MIA. Logical. Oh, we did a Share the Love Club for Logical. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, David is an awesome person. Not as cool as Peter, though. I got to get Peter his trophy for winning our fantasy league. David's saying, you're getting it, Cowboy. Randolph's feeling blessed. I love it. Let's see. Stargate saying, please don't fall for it, folks. This is a fake beef. It's a distraction from the Diddy stuff. Lots of folks are on them freak off tapes, clouding those two, allegedly. It's all a contrived thing. Well, why are they going so nasty at each other? If this is a manufactured thing, well, they're not very good at this. You know, wrestling can do it a certain way where they can manufacture a beef and people can be like trained to see people. This is too nasty. This is too real. This is too like below the belt. Some of the things that has happened this past weekend is just absolutely disgusting. A lot of people on Twitter are saying things like, look, if they're both right, they're both horrible human beings. And why do we care about this? In some ways, they're ruining both of their brands. In some ways, they may be losing fans instead of the opposite. Sure, a lot of short-term attention, maybe a distraction, like you're saying, to get it away from things like the Diddy scandal or whatever stuff's going on too. But they're going down with the ship too in some ways. I mean, Kendrick's not as bad as Drake, but boy, is Drake getting heavy damage right now. And in some ways, he's really messing with his career. He needs to watch out. He very much needs to watch out. In some ways, his old act is getting old. Let's just put it that way. And in some ways, he can't act like the same way he always acted like with all the things that happen. In some ways, Kendrick's more cerebral. Kendrick is more like this and this and this. And in some ways, Drake, yeah, it was cool when you did the Drop and Give Me 50, the push-up song. You were okay then, but the things that have happened in the last 5 days have not made you look good in any kind of way. And this is the thing. If this is all contrived and they're in on it with each other, wink, wink, well, they're destroying each other's careers for real. And that's where I don't think it's real. That's where I think it is real because they're that angry at each other. They're taking these crazy-ass pot shots at each other. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, man. In some ways, I don't really have time for it, but it's Drake, and he's a part of our organization, which is stupid. At this point, I'm ready to cut ties with him. Seriously. I don't know how official he's around or doing anything at this point. In some ways, his era of doing things for us, well, maybe it should pass at this point. I don't know. The Raptors may need to really seriously consider, put in Drake at arm's length. If he wants to come to games and sit in his seat with Adonis still, that's fine. But maybe you're not officially like coming to meetings anymore, bro. Maybe you're not coming in and sitting in the war room with us anymore. Yeah, that's right. We're going to celebrate Randolph on Saturday. That's right. Cowboys saying Sheriff doesn't work all that paperwork. That's right. Naz Reed won it. Okay, good. I'm glad he won it. He should have. It would have been him or Bobby Portis. I wish Norman had won it. He could have won it. Malik Monk, that was the other guy. But he was second. He was second. Yep. See no evil, hear no evil, talk no evil. All right, there you go. Let's see. What's Scotty? You got Scotty in there. It's saying Scotty is going to be a beast next year. All right, Cowboy. I like that. You know it. There's Darko. Darko on blast. I like it. Fiercely saying Molly must be frustrated by the Knicks versus Sixers outcome. I saw her pro Embiid and pro Nick Nurse comments, so it would be funny that she now supports the Knicks and confronts Cool Cat Co. Yeah, I mean, if Molly was rooting for Nick Nurse, she's misguided. In some ways, she doesn't understand what happened. Molly Weir, for being such a knowledgeable Raptors fan, you obviously don't know what happened with Nick Nurse if you're rooting for Nick Nurse in Philly. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. And the Raptor Freak channel is the absolute in the know level of it all right here. You're in the right place. That's why Randolph loves coming here, because he gets all of his Raptors information and knowledge, a lot of it from here. If there's stuff that he didn't catch somewhere, we're catching it here. Whether it's the TikTok, the glorious TikTok of Grady Dick last night with Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickly. Let's go see what else is going on out there today. Let's go do the Instagram stories. First of all, we've got Charles Oakley celebrating the Indy New York series with a picture of him versus Dale Davis from back in the day in old playoff battles, number 34 versus 32. Dale Davis was a great power forward, and so was Charles Oakley. This is when men played in this league, guys. And that's some ways, that's why people are making jokes about Scotty and them doing a little Twitch dancing. It's like, this is like, what is TikTok dancing? It's like kids dancing. These are men, Charles Oakley and Dale Davis back in the day. And his playoff dinner looks like it's broccoli, it looks like some some shrimp, breaded shrimp, and some rice. So that looks very healthy, Oak, what you're eating. Mr. New York City, what's going on with you right now, my guy? You are down in Miami still. And riding around last night, 8:44 in the car on the strip. And yeah, he's in a lovey-dovey place with hearts, mirrors, and stuff like that. So Marquise having a good life. Grady's taking a nice picture of the CN Tower and the dome. And you know what? He's got a little icon that says home. He's got the building home there. So I love this, Grady. I know you were just in Wichita working with 90-10 training. A really good job getting some shots up with hands in your face down in Kansas. But now you're back in Toronto and you're back with your teammates and you're working with them specifically. I hope there's so much gains in connection and reps and just vibes between you, IQ, Scotty, RJ, everybody on the team coming up very soon, Grady. I love to see it. Zach Edey was at the Chicago Cubs game. I mean, I think he threw out the first pitch and he's wearing a Cubs jersey. That's what's going on with Zach. Let's see. DeMar's got more dinners with DeMar coming out, guys. So always check out our guy, DeMar DeRozan, and his fantastic series, Dinners with DeMar. They've been really, really good so far, the ones he's been doing. Yeah, that's your Instagram check. Oh, there's Dennis and his brother, and they have crazy muscular legs. That's what's going on with Dennis in Germany. Him and his brother are showing off their muscle legs. Crazy legs, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Cowboy saying, what farmer app is this? Well, the Old Farmer's Almanac is saying that today is a good day to color your hair, Bradley. That's what they're saying. Color your hair. That's the only thing it says. The best thing to do today is color your hair. So if you want to dye your hair purple for the Raptors or something like that, it's a good day to do it. Smooth saying Magic was the only guy that won right off the bat. Yeah, but that, you can't really say that Magic Johnson did that normally because he had Kareem with him. And Kareem obviously was already a champion. And a lot of that Lakers nucleus around that time had been together already for a bit. Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes, those guys. So him coming into that team, they were kind of prepped and ready to win. And Magic just he was a rookie that was involved in it. He's kind of like Christian Brune in a way. Not way better, obviously. But in some ways, it's kind of like he came into a great situation, just happened to win a championship his rookie year. Now they did win more and win quite a bit when he was very young. But yeah, we got to remember Abdul Jabbar is a big part of why Magic won his rookie year of the championship. Yeah. Seymour saying, I might dye my dread tips, but what Raptor colors should I use? Poll. You want a poll? All right, we can do a poll on that. Let's do a poll real quick. A poll. What color should who's this again? This is Seymour, right? Seymour said that. Wait, I lost my place when I tried to put the poll up. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, it's Seymour. Seymour. Okay, let's just say Seymour. I want to make sure. Okay. What color should Seymour Pape dye his dreads? All right. And I'll put the Raptor colors red. Black. I don't know if that's a good one. Purple. Could we put gold? Maybe white. I don't know if white's the right one. I will just put those three in. Maybe that, or no, one more. Silver. We'll put silver. I guess we'll do that. All right, there's the poll. You guys can vote on what color Seymour should do his dreads, the end of his dreads, guys. And just put it in there. We'll see what it comes out to. And are you binded by it? Are you going to be bound by it, Seymour? Whatever the outcome, you have to do it. That's what you have to do. Seriously, whatever the outcome, you guys have his hair in your hands. Fiercey saying, anyways, let's go Raptors. That's right. Fiercey saying, Seymour, purple, white could also be nice. Yeah, there you go. Red. That's what the Cowboys saying. Red. It is coming up on. We're gonna have Summer Canada Day and all that kind of stuff, and Team Canada stuff this summer. So maybe red's the right one. Okay. Any more ideas? Let's see. Randolph saying, Lex, OKC seems to have leveled out in the last few games. They would have to kick it into another gear to survive the series. We'll have to see what happens. OKC and Dallas. It's going to be a Western shootout. I think they're still the better team than the Mavericks. Mavericks are shocking me, though. I didn't think they get past the Clippers, but they did. And we'll have to see now with the Thunder versus Mavericks starting tonight. Let's see. Cowboys saying, just don't die at all. At all. Just don't diet at all? What? That's what? Keep it natural is what Cowboys saying. Okay. Yeah, I just might. Wait, whoa. Why did I do this poll then? Cowboys saying, family later. Have a great day. All right. Ta-da services, y'all. 647-833-6844. If you need help in spring cleaning or any kind of odd jobs around the house, call ta-da. Yeah, we got the electrician coming today, and he's going to put that electric cable in that 2-foot trench I dug this weekend. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we're going to get that hooked up today, hopefully. Let's see. Trevor's saying, remember, I'm away for 1 week. My flight at 6:50 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay, Trevor, we will miss you, my guy. And we appreciate you, Commissioner Fun, Trevor J. I will continue to do the classic Cosmic Card of the Day in your absence, and we will miss you. I'm sure you'll check in at some point, hopefully, either in the Facebook chat or here at some point, maybe not live, but we'll see. And either way, I hope you have a safe trip in Japan, Trevor, and you have a fantastic time. Of course, I'm going to be doing a similar thing in a week from now, too. I will be going to Europe next week, y'all. Like, it's getting down to a week from now. So that's why I got a lot of stuff to do to accomplish before I go over there. And of course, the streams will be very short. I won't be taking questions or comments. I'll just be coming on and doing an update real quick and saying hi and maybe show you what I'm doing in Estonia. So that may be the kind of the streams are like 5 to 10 minutes. And it's just kind of me in a touristy place. And maybe I'll talk about some of the news that happened with the team or with the NBA playoffs and stuff. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Cowboy, Dap, and Stargate saying Molly hates the Knicks with a passion. They were arguing about Pacers' salaries and predicated off-season moves in reference to the Pacers. Okay, was Cool Cat saying they got to invest in Siakam and pay him good? And she's saying, no, they need to go somewhere else. I can only see what this argument is in some ways. You know what? I'm just going to blindly stand with our lady Cool Cat. I just will do that. I'm just blindly on Cool Cat's side. I don't care what she said. I know her well enough that I'm on her side. There you go. Seymour saying, salute Charles Oakley, the man who made Vince Carter cry from practice slaps, the real Raptors legend. I love that. I'm going to give you a dunk for that. That's a hilarious statement in some ways. And you know what? I kind of remember this. Of course, Vince needed old Oakley to back him up and put people on their ass. He very much was a good protector for him early, for sure. Cowboy saying, enjoy your time in Japan, Trevor J. Yeah, for sure. Have fun. I've always wanted to go to Japan myself. It's one of the most interesting places in the world. I believe that. I think it's one of the best countries in the world. I think that there's so many different things Japan does really well that everybody else could do better if we paid more attention to them. And one of the best things Japan does is about we and not just me. The US is so me centric. Me. I'm only worried about myself and everybody else get out of my way. I will crush you to get what I want. Meanwhile, that's not like that. In Japan, the mentality is we, and we're all together, and we got to stick together and look out for each other because we're only as strong as the weakest people in our country. And in some ways, that's the faltering of North America. I won't even just say the United States. Canada has this problem too. So we could be more like Japan. Trevor, go out there and take notes and come back and tell everybody here how we should be living a little bit better for each other in the community, like the Japanese, is what I would say right there. Yeah. Seymour saying Vince cried to his mom and went to management. Yeah, Charles Oakley had a lot of fantastic things to say about Michelle Carter. Yeah, let's see. Thanks, Cowboy. And David saying that Farmers app wants us to color our hair every day. What is wrong with that thing? You know what it is? It looks at the moon signs. Like today, there's actually a new moon. It's actually about to happen in like the next half hour. The moon will be completely new in the next half hour from now. And it looks at the moon phases and it decides growth and pruning and planting and doing different things like castrating your animals or coloring your hair. It's all by the moon sign and the way that the stars are aligned. So the Farmer's Almanac is telling you it's a great day to dye your hair because of the moon and the stars are telling you that. That's what it comes from. That's what it tells me. That's what it says that. Let's see. David's saying, whatever happened to MSJ anyway? I like that dude. Well, him and I there was too much conflict. I felt like we were dragging my streams out too long with me just arguing with Chris, and there was no point to it. It's not like he would try and win me over with his opinions, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to win me over with this. And this isn't like win Lex over with this kind of thing. Just let me be me, and I'll have my opinions. You want to talk about basketball, we'll talk about it, but you have to be okay with me having a differing opinion than you. And in some ways, he was inviting conspiracy theories. He's trying to be funny. He's adding all this extra bullshit I really didn't want on the stream. You know, the music trivia was funny for a little bit, but at a certain point, I was like, dude, this is not good content. It's like, I'm sorry. You're adding things to my channel that just aren't good content or interesting. And in some ways, I had it out with him. And I said, look, in some ways, I like you as a person. I want you to be very successful and happy and have all the best luck in the world, especially in your new life in South Korea. But in some ways, this channel is my habitat and kind of my whole thing that I'm doing day to day. And in some ways, I'm not here for volume. I'm here for quality. And this isn't a place for anybody to just come in here and try out their stand-up comedy routine. In some ways, you want to come in here and be funny. Well, be funny like Kareem and add to the middle of what we're talking about instead of coming in with random non sequitur shit that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about and just trying to be witty. Because half the time I have to read what he's saying. I don't even know what he's fucking saying. So I'm like, what is this? This doesn't even make any sense. So he was trying to drive the car of the show. And I don't like that. Let me drive the show because especially since I'm really busy now, I don't have time to mess around arguing with Chris for an extra 20 minutes on my stream. And that's what was happening, David, right there. He left on his own. I didn't tell him to leave. I said, look, you're conflicting with me. It's annoying me. And at certain points, I got pissed off at him. And then at a certain point, he just threw his hands up. All right, I'm out for good now. It is what it is. Like I said, now we've seen Jill recently come back. Jill and I don't always get along. But you know what? Jillian has been talking to me outside of the stream. And, you know, I love Jill. Jill's awesome. She's a real passionate Raptor fan, and she's always welcome here. Chris is still welcome here. He's not banned from here. He's made the choice to not come here anymore because him and I have conflicted too much. In some ways, like I said, I wish him all the best. He's an awesome guy. He's came to a lot of our meet and greets, and I really think he's a great dude. It's just in some ways I didn't like how he's steering my chat all the time. And he's literally trying to make his own objectives be a part of my objectives for what I'm trying to do on here. I'm not about that. You know, I don't have time to talk about some obscure other bullshit. And some of the politics stuff we disagreed on, we'd go down rabbit holes that just aren't necessary on here in some ways. It's kind of what it is right there. Kareem saying Stephon Marbury was sitting courtside at the Knicks game. Like, what the F and F? They benched him for 2 years. Why the F would Marbury go to MSG? They totally F'd him. D'Antoni is a B. Yeah, and he's laughing about that. I always thought this was very interesting too, as far as like I saw Stephon Marbury come out of the woodwork all of a sudden and be around the Knicks also. I thought this was very suspicious and weird too. But there's always things come around and things change. Marbury went to China and became a god over there. And in some ways, he's way more mature. And maybe he has a different kind of perspective about life and different things. That may be helping him. All right, let's see where the poll is at. Red is winning 42%, purple 25%. That's a good color. You can't go wrong with red because you get Raptors and Team Canada with that red. So there you go. Stargate saying Jamal Wilkes is an underrated Laker. Nobody talks about him as a great Laker. Yeah, Silk Wilkes was an early Showtime player. He wasn't around for the later championships, and that's part of the reason why he gets forgotten about. He was a very, very important forward. In fact, he was kind of the guy before James Worthy. James Worthy gets way more shine in the whole thing of the things. People talk about Michael Cooper, AC Green, Kurt Rambis, those kind of guys, but they don't hardly ever talk about Jamal Wilkes. That is true. That is so true right there. Yeah. Seymour saying, I will post the pic. All right, cool. We want to see what you do with your hair for sure, Seymour. Post it in the Facebook chat if you want, or on the Facebook group. Yeah. David's saying, that's so dope. You're awesome, Seymour. I agree. Let's give Seymour a dunk for being awesome. There's another one. You're at 60 now. 60 dunks for Seymour. There you go. Let's see. Don't do it, Sheriff. Cowboy's like, don't dye your hair, Sheriff. I dyed my hair once my whole entire life. I was in high school, and my hair was down to my shoulders when I dyed it. I had hair down to my shoulders. I was a heavy metal guy in high school. I listened to a lot of Slayer, Anthrax, Rush, and Metallica in the late 80s, early 90s. And I dyed my hair this is crazy. I dyed my hair bright orange. Yeah. And it looked weird because it was like long. And everybody started calling me Malachi from like Children of the Corn because I looked like that kid Malachi with that leader of the Children of the Corn or whatever. It was weird. Yeah. That's the only time I ever dyed my hair. I dyed my hair orange and it was really long. So it looked really kind of weird. That wasn't a very long period of time that I had a dyed hair. That wasn't for very long. There you go. All right, let's see. It's Fiercely saying safe flight to Trevor. Just the tip, though. Just the tip. Yeah, just the tip. That's probably what he'll do. David's saying, yeah. Well, that's what they always say. Cowboy saying game over on that one. All right, Lisa. David, you are funny. Yeah, he is pretty funny. All right, we'll give David a dunk for that comedy. Yeah, you're 99, my guy. 99, David. You're so close to 100. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. A full ass is saying, Timor, just do the tips gold. Having dreads could be found as religious. People will watch you if you pick up bacon at the grocery store. So to avoid all that, don't do anything so flamboyant. Yeah, I mean, why can't people just have the hairstyle? I get it. You're not supposed to eat pork or bacon if you're a certain religion, if you're in certain kind of religious sects. Yeah, I get it. In some ways, I'm like, I don't know. You got to remember, Seymour's in Calgary. And I don't know how many people are going to be judging him over there in those kind of ways for that. I don't know. It may be more, it happens here in Toronto. I don't know how many people are over there that would judge him like that there, but who knows? Who knows? Either way, freedom. We're all about freedom. If he wants to eat this or he wants to do this to his hair, let him do whatever. That's what I say. That's right. Reno saying journey and mercies, Trevor. Yeah. Mercies and safeness and safe travel and post haste and Godspeed and all those things they say. And enjoy your time in Japan. Make sure to relax and soak it in. That's what I would say right there. Seymour saying gold is brave. I don't want any Kendrick minions running up on me. I'm on the west side of the country. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, don't do OVO gold. Yeah, I think red's won, and you have to do a little bit of red tip. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is that a wrong thing to do to have red tips on your dreads? I don't know. I'm not educated on this subject, so I don't know what to say. Cowboys laughing at Sheriff and MSJ saying, "Hope you're good." Yeah, we wish Chris well. I don't wish him bad in any kind of way. I wish that things could work out better. Sometimes it's just a personality conflict. Sometimes it's just like I said. I don't want people to try and railroad my stream and go into weird places, and he was doing too much of that. It was like he'd bring up subjects that I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this. Why are you bringing this up? And he'd often go political when I did not want to go political. In some ways, I will be political on the show, but I don't want to talk about politics every day. And if there's no reason to talk about politics, I won't. But he was bringing up political stuff just randomly in the middle of stuff. And I didn't like that either. Because listen, the less we talk about politics on the channel, the better. But in some ways, it's necessary to talk about it also. So I don't have a rule against it. I don't have a rule against it, but he kept introducing it. It's too much. Yeah, good luck to him in Korea with everything, for sure. Kareem saying MSJ was becoming too political. This ain't CNN or Fox and Friends. Yeah, and like he got mad at me for saying that people need to start growing their own food. And I don't understand why you would get mad at that. Like, that's not a conspiracy theory. There are things happening with our climate and change, and prices in the grocery store are obviously going up. So why would you get mad at me for kind of telling people you should start growing your own food and taking care of yourself more? That seems like just good, priceless advice for what's coming up in the future right now. And I'm like, yeah, dude, get out there and grow is what I'm telling people. Take your own food supply into your own hands. Because obviously Galen Weston is going to keep jacking up the price as time goes on. You want to keep paying him more and more for the same thing as time goes on, just like a landlord increases the rent. Yeah, you go ahead, not get a plan about growing your own potatoes, growing your own food in your own yard. I don't understand why he was telling me that's a conspiracy theory, that the food prices are going up and that we need to get better about growing our own food. That's crazy. It didn't make no sense to me. It really didn't. Alley-oop to David and the sheriff. All right. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that for sure. Where's Sheriff Seymour Pape? There we go. 61 now. He's at 61. And David, for being funny, you got the 100. You're the century mark, my guy. Fox and Friends. Yeah, none of that. None of that here. That's right. You're dead. Seymour's dead. Jillian, we love Jill. Jill came in here yesterday. She was on the stream yesterday, I believe. So yeah, Jillian's awesome. We love Jill. In some ways, Jill just is really passionate, and she gets so into stuff that she really comes a little bit domineering. And that was some of the things. Like I was just trying to tell Jill, chill. We get enough, Jill. We love you. We want you to be here and participate. But just maybe a little smaller slice of the pie of Jill instead of so much Jill. Just boom, right on me. And we've gotten to a good place. Yeah. You missed the pickleball champ? Yeah, she's a good pickleball player from what I hear. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Jill is awesome. It was nice to see her in here again the other day or last week. Yeah. Yeah. I think she catches up and watches us later. And Jillian, we love you. And if you come in live, we're good. It's just I want everybody to kind of take their own fair share. It's like I don't want anybody coming in and trying to railroad my stream too much with their own things that they want to do. You guys kind of jump in and you just add things and you bring up things, but none of y'all are domineering the chat. And that was always kind of the issue with both of them. But Jill styled it back. Jill came in and she was kind of just here being nice and friendly, and she was perfect. It was perfect. It was exactly the right amount of Jill. Just like everybody else, the right amount of stuff. So, yeah, Perp making a push on the poll. Purple made a push. Oh, yeah, it is. 38% for red. Purple's now 31. Ooh, it may be a purple tip year because of the old VC coming back. David saying, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Smash that purple. Oh, that's silver in the poll. Team Purple is G. Okay, all right. G gets alley-oop. Yeah, we'll give G an alley-oop. For sure, we'll give G an alley-oop. He's at 38. 38 dunks for G. I love it. All right, we're going to wrap things up here. If you go silver, it might age you. Yeah, I don't know why I put silver on there. I guess I could have put just white tips on the end. All right, guys, let me see. Is there anything I'm missing here that I forgot to talk about? Oh, thanks once again to the 10 teams that joined our WNBA Fantasy League. Remember, put in some work. Do some research. We have a live draft on Sunday morning on this stream. So to the 10 teams that are playing, be ready. Be there on Sunday. Mark your calendar. Don't not show up because you don't want to get auto-picked. Just ask Jason Dukes. You do not want to get auto-picked. So make sure you show up for Sunday stream because that's when we're doing the WNBA draft if you are one of the 10 teams. All right, birthday is Shawn Marion's birthday. Happy birthday to Shawn Marion. We did trivia on him today. It was a lot of fun. And good job on the TikTok, guys. You guys got moves. Look at Scott. He's so happy doing his little dancing, and then he flips it over to Grady. There's Grady doing the same dance, and then he does a little pray thing at the end. He's like, oh, I'm going to pray. And then Emmanuel with his poofy hair. He's doing a little bit of the Saturday Night Fever Yeah, good stuff on the TikTok, guys. Good stuff on the dancing on the TikTok. Good job, Timberwolves. You've really struck fear, and the champions, the Nuggets. Yeah, alley oop to Kareem. Yeah, let's give alley oop to Kareem. There you go. We'll give Kareem an alley oop also. There you go. Good shout outs today, guys. All right, let's see. Kareem is at 134. Yikes. That guy is dominating there. All right. Thanks for watching me today. We'll have a wow wild card Wednesday tomorrow. Some sort of subject. Who knows? Maybe we'll be talking more about the shootout at Bridle Path today. And more talking about, wow, Drake's house shootout. I mean, that's Raptors related. In some ways, we may need to talk about this tomorrow. So we'll have to see. And also, we'll have a wild card pack opened up tomorrow for sure. I promise. All right. Thanks for watching me today. And we'll get done just under 2 hours, which is perfect. We're getting under 2 hour streams so far. That's been fantastic. I appreciate everybody for working with me on that. And thanks for playing the Raptor Freak Classic Jurassic Tuesday Trivia on Shawn Marion today. I'll post the new score in about 10 minutes from now on the stream comments. Thanks for watching me. And as always, check out the community tab and the channel page. I have all these old clips from 5 years ago when we were winning the championship and the playoffs. How was I reacting to things going on with the Sixers and Bucks series? So stay tuned to that. It's 5 years to the day. Those clips are getting posted, and they will go right up until we win the championship. And you'll see my joyous reaction to when the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship in 2019, 5 years ago. So relive 5-year anniversary of our championship through my Instagram show that I did in a convenience store that's in the community tab. It's very fun. It's very stupid. It's very fun and stupid. It's both those. You want me to get an alley-oop? All right, Cowboy. You're so kind. So kind to give Lex an alley-oop. I'm at 49, guys. 49 dunks for Lex. All right, thanks, guys, for watching me. Let's go Raptors. As always, let's go Team Canada. Let's be proud. Let's look to the bright side of things, the optimistic side, and let's build a bright future for the Raptors, for ourselves in our own lives, for Canada as a country, for Team Canada as a team at the Paris Olympics, for the WNBA team coming to Toronto. All that good stuff is coming towards us. We are talking about blessings. We're talking about gratitude. We're talking about positivity and good things coming to us in the future. That's what we look towards, and not towards the negative and the nasty. There you go. I'll see you, Fiercely Salsera and Cowboy and Seymour and Kareem, everybody. I appreciate everybody for being here. Let's go, Raptors. Let's go, Raptors.